stimulus check update for millions of Americans as a new round of $1,000 stimulus checks comes in the month of October, and around 600,000 people are going to get it. But it doesn't stop here. The biggest question is that, are you getting another stimulus check from the government? Well, yes, a number of Americans are going to get another stimulus payment, and we finally have a very important update about the recently proposed check from this administration. You heard it absolutely right, because this check can change a number of things for millions of Americans who are struggling right now in this worst inflation. Well, I'm gonna give you each and every detail, but all I need is just a little favor. It takes 2 seconds to please hit that like button on this video. So without any further ado, let's begin. So let's start with the answer of this very important question, that are you getting another stimulus check from the government, and what you need to know. Well, rumors began circulating once again last week that the US government would be issuing stimulus checks to certain taxpayers depending on your income bracket. Well, this is important because this administration, or you can say one of the most prominent senator, finally proposed something that can change a number of things for millions of Americans. Well, look at this. Well, are Americans getting another stimulus check from the government? Well, rumors began circulating once again last week that the US government would be issuing stimulus checks to certain taxpayers depending on your income bracket. Means that if you are a low income American or middle income American, then you are going to receive this very important stimulus payment. Well, we're gonna get into the details of this, but do you know a new round of $1,000 PFD stimulus check come in October? Well, this is important, and you must be thinking, what is PFD? Well, look at this. This is the stimulus check for 600,000 eligible Americans that fulfill 3 simple requirements. Well, if you fall in this category and you fulfill all of these 3 requirements, then congratulations, you are going to get this stimulus check. Look at this. We are about to see the arrival of one of the most anticipated stimulus checks by thousands of families. Alaska Permanent Fund Management has released the official disbursement schedule for the Permanent Fund Dividend, also known as PFD, for 2025. This is not a federal stimulus, so you need to remember, but rather an payment that's already legendary in the state of Alaska. It's a massive and predictable economic injection, and the same time a right of citizenship rooted in Alaska's unique constitution. Well, a number of Alaskans are going to get this $1,000 payments. Well, look at this. The official figure has been set at $1,000 per eligible resident, an amount that, while not breaking historical records, is above the average for the last decade and promises to move the wheels of the local economy. Well, this is important because Alaskans were struggling, and this is not the first time they are receiving a stimulus payment from their state government. Well, there are various programs that they can apply right now and get the money that they deserve. Look at this. $1,000 stimulus checks ready to go to 600,000 Alaskans. The distribution mechanism, refined over decades, will be implemented on Thursday, October the 2nd, means just few days from now. In that first wave, funds will be deposited directly into the bank accounts of applicants who have completed their online registration and whose status is listed as eligible not paid in the My Alaska system by the September 18th deadline. This is important. Well, a number of Americans were asking that, are we going to get another stimulus check from federal administration? I'm gonna tell you about it, but look at this, as this is very important. What is the PFD stimulus check really? Well, an Anchorage resident once summed it up as the payment for being Alaskan, and he was right. The dividend is not a welfare program, and remember this word dividend, and nor a response to economic crisis. It's an embodiment of philosophical and economic principle unique in the nation. Well, remember, here is the quick glimpse for the eligibility. Well, eligibility is rigorous filter that defines who receive this entitlement. Having a mailing address in the state is not enough to qualify for 2025 payment. An applicant must have been a resident of Alaska for the entire 2024 calendar year and must demonstrate a clear intent to remain in the state indefinitely. Well, this is important. So if you've been living in Alaska for past 2 years and you have the will to stay in the state for the rest of your life, then you are going to be eligible for this check. But if you have been incarcerated or convicted of certain crimes or claimed residency in another state or country during the required period, this strict legal framework seeks to protect the integrity of the fund and ensure that the benefit reaches those who have truly built their lives on America's lost great frontier. Well, remember, I ask you to emphasize on the word known as dividend, and this is what recently President Donald J. Trump announced. Well, he said that because of the reciprocal tariffs that he placed in almost every country in the world, he's going to give a portion of the money he's receiving because of those reciprocal tariffs. Well, let me give you some more details, as this is very important. Republican Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri last month introduced a bill that would send tax rebates to qualifying taxpayers using revenue from tariffs instituted by the President Donald J. Trump. Hawley's bill has not passed the Senate or the House yet, and the problem is that a number of Republicans like Bernie Moreno is opposing this bill, which is quite shocking, to be honest. By the way, under this very important proposal, an adult would receive $600, a dependent would receive $600, a couple will receive $1,200, and a family of 4 would receive the maximum of $2,400. Well, remember, yes, this bill has been proposed and it's in the House and the Senate, but no one is ready to vote on that bill. And Bernie Moreno recently said that he will not let this bill pass, and it's not going to pass because right now US has $7 trillion of debt, and they are going to pay this debt with this tariff money that they are receiving. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this whole situation, and do you support this stimulus check proposal from Josh Hawley, as a number of lawmakers, analysts, and experts are pushing this administration to change the amount from $600 to $2,000. So if you support a $2,000 stimulus check, just same as millions received during the pandemic, then write in the comment section, I support stimulus check. Again, if you support it, then write in the comment section, I support stimulus check, because remember, if you don't do anything, nothing will happen. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.